And now for something completely different, black metal from Argentina. I don't know if Vampiria named themselves after the song Vampiria by Moonspell, or maybe the song with the same title by Siebenbürgen, but musically I could well imagine they were inspired by both the Portuguese and the Swedish band. Vampiria were formed in 1997 in Olavarria, south of Buenos Aires. Originally they started as a doom death metal band, but from the beginning they had also roots in traditional heavy metal. You know, Iron Maiden were always huge in South America, so I presume most young, aspiring guitar players don't get around taking some lessons in that style. When a keyboard player and a female vocalist entered the band, the style of Vampiria opened up towards symphonic black metal and gothic metal. Not going as far as Paradise Lost, though, Vampiria retained more brutal basics and black metal ingredients. 1998, they recorded a 4-song demo tape called Legacy in Blood, and in April-May 2000, they entered the studio to produce their debut album Among Mortals. It's difficult to pick only one song to play as an example here, because the band really does a lot of different speeds and sounds. The band consisted of Conde vocals, Ivan bass, Damian guitars and Johan drums. The position of keyboard player was changing a few times. Initially it was Elisa, and the female vocalist was credited as a guest, not full band member. For the first album, Daniela picked up the mic. The CD was released in Argentina by Icarus Records in December 2000, but the label from Spain obtained the rights for distribution in Europe. War is Imminent Productions put it out here in March 2001. War is Imminent was a label mainly active in the black metal underground and only for a few years. Writing for a magazine at the time, I received a promotional copy of that album, so I can say I knew the band from very early on. I liked their style, which had all the typical trademarks of gothic metal, including the female vocals, but with more aggression in it, not that nice Sisters of Mercy kind of gothic pop which spoiled many European bands for me. In May 2001, guitarist Damien left and was replaced by Oswald. Vampiria started working on their second album in July 2001, entitled Wicked Charm, but they finished it only about a year later. The lady on the cover, in case you were wondering, is Cynthia from the Greek black metal band Astarte. The second album musically is the most gothic release of the band, putting more emphasis on melodies. Again, there was a license deal. GOI Music from Spain distributed the album in Europe in 2003. This is a bigger label than the previous, but no black metal specialists, more known for rock music releases from artists like Joe Lynn Turner, for example. I didn't find evidence that Vampiria toured a lot, but at least there was video footage from one gig in their hometown. After 2003, I must confess I lost Vampiria out of my sight. Only recently I learned they put out a third album, Sanguinaria in Context, in 2008. That one was impossible for me to find in Europe. In opposite to the previous two records, it was never distributed outside South America, but I could order a copy from a mail-order service on a Caribbean island. The shipping time to Europe took a whole month, and the customs and shipping charges were ridiculous. The sacrifices you have to make for heavy metal. Sanguinaria in Context appeared on Icarus Music again. Original member Damien was back on guitar, Andrea joined for keyboards. I would describe the musical development since their early days as more progressive but also more brutal. Some breaks are weird, for example in Twilight Doors and Human Tools. The keyboards are more rhythmic and accentuated, while a soprano singer is absent this time. Interestingly, Vampiria are not the typical case where a band starts with raw recordings and then becomes more slick over the years, as it happens oftentimes. Vampiria made a mean and aggressive third album here, way heavier than the second album. However, the band split up soon afterwards in 2009. If you found this recommendation interesting, come back soon.